Hi there, Victor Bra speaking to you, anarchist artist. Okay, a quick little video. This is an argument that has been advanced for anarchism by quite a few people. It's kind of a very commonsensible argument, and it's probably very, very familiar to you. And if it's not, then I'm glad to perhaps bring some food for thought on the question. But anyway, basically, I'm sure that you've heard people say in argument, making an argument for the government, and I'm sure maybe you've even expressed it yourself. I know I have, that we need a government in the sense of governance because there's evil people in the world. There are people that will kill. There are people that rape. There are people that steal. And that's no way to have a functioning society with this type of evil that can take place. And so therefore this necessitates government. That's why we need a government. It's not only for to settle, to act as an arbiter, impartial arbiter to settle contractual disputes where parties could have grievances, and it's just a matter of making an argument in the case. It's not like there's any criminality going over here. It's just it's a civil case, and that's part of what the government and the law and the courts settle with purportedly. But it's also, what really concerns people, though, is the capacity for physical evil, rape, murder, and therefore, because there's bad people, we need a government. But it's amazing, though, and I'm sure this is where maybe you know the argument, maybe you don't. But I just don't understand how people cannot, especially when it's articulated, how people cannot make the connection that the government is not some floating abstraction. It's not some necessarily philosopher king, completely impartial, objective, benevolent overseer. It's like some ghostly figure or something like that that's separate from the people. It's just an aggregate of people. That's what it is. I mean, if people are creatures to be concerned with, and you can't trust your fellow man because of our free will, because of our capacity to do good as well as evil, we just have to keep that in check, and we have to be protected from those who assert that aggressiveness. We have to be protected, and how you protect that is can only be through the state. That is only the mechanism that we can think of. Is the state, which by definition is a violent monopolization on the initiation of force, and the empirical evidence shows us throughout all of the world, throughout all time, throughout history, that when you give a handful of people this type of power, that it's always been for the worse. It's been for the let alone rectifying and correcting the very thing that what justifies the institution. The attempt to justify it is to protect liberty, has been its worst violator. I mean, it just kills me, man, that people still go on with this, that because there's evil people, therefore we need a government. It just doesn't stack up. It doesn't make any logical sense whatsoever, and it flies in the face of empirically verifiable data. I mean, give me a fucking break. I just don't understand how people cannot make this connection. But but if you haven't heard this type of argument, and if I've introduced a different idea to you, I don't know. But at least, I know at least that if you're involved in philosophical discourse and in politics and what's happening today, that if you are following all of this, that you've probably, and if you've expressed your views on things, I'm sure you've come across people who will give you the whole fucking human nature bit, and the fact that there's evil people. I'm sure that people have presented that argument to you, and if you've been stumbled on your words trying to figure out how to respond to that, it's just it's not because I have any particularly great insights or anything like that. It's just a logical connection you could have very well made, and it's something to really consider because it has a great deal of validity. The whole issue of the problem of who watches the watchers, okay, comes to the fore. So this argument about because of human capacity for evil, that therefore that necessitates government, is a self-refuting argument. It's contradictory, and it's an article of faith when you get down to it. So there you go. Victor Pra signing out, anarchist artist, pop goes the culture.